back street at, what are we doing, like 50 miles an hour at like 1400 RPM. Just touch the gas, that's build boost, doesn't take much. So I'm doing 55, I'm in 5th. Just cruising along, not using much diesel at all. It's quiet in the cab. Comfy, like the steering wheel, I'm not doing any input. So that's no hands at all with the tracks. Closer at 2000 RPM. This is like with no gas, it's still building boost at 1, 2. If I just touch the gas, it's pretty quick to spool up. Doesn't blow smoke or anything. That's where the exhaust comes out. Stand on the gas here in a second and itself, it's just really nice, like there's no slop or noises or anything. Synchros are all perfect in it. Just happy to chug along. Look, I don't like to do it under sort of 1500, but with no load, it's got nothing on it. It's not too bad, but the ripple strip. So, you can hear the turbo noise. It makes a sweet little. If that comes out in the video, but it does make a little bit of turbo noise. It's sort of, it's not obnoxious. In here, these are all LEDs. It's got full interior lights. It's got working AC and everything. Comes with the books. It's got a front license plate. So it's going to have, I think, the easy computer. I'm going to go get it smogged, so that's what I'm doing. It's got the four-wheel drive, manual adapter, a brake controller. This is a cable for the front diff, so you can actually engage low 4, and if you don't engage that, you can have low 2 as well, which is handy if you're moving heavy trailers or anything like that around a yard. It's pretty low geared, but it also does 80. Like I just took off in 3rd there. Granted, I was rolling downhill a little bit. And up a hill. these you can turn off. So there's a blue switch down there. It's got a light bar on the front. That's the other switch. So if you're driving at night and it's really dark and you want them off, they're not too bad. But if you're on a country road and you really just want complete darkness, then I made it so you can just flick them off. Dash is all good. It does have a crack on the windscreen that goes right down. This is Apple CarPlay. I should be using this to get to work. Apparently I'm going back streets. Yeah, drives nice. It's already too hot. It's got plenty of heat, but the AC does work nicely too. This is cruising in fourth, so if you're just doing that low cruise speed, it's happy to drive around. Just went to third for this little hill. Just low speed. Found the windiest street in San Diego, but fun. Brakes work well, nice and firm. It does show the ABS light, so if you're not familiar, this model came out with just the rear diff has had the ABS option. It's not four-wheel ABS. I looked into it, and it's one of two things. It's either a computer, you can send off the computer, it's like $150, and he'll send it back to you, or the only other thing it can be, there's really two things that it can be, or there's three things, and I replaced the sensor at the diff, so I know it's not that. Then it can either be the actual brake booster itself, if that's not at peak performance. As far as pressure wise, I've read that can do it. Oh, Jesus. Really did find the best street in San Diego. It could be the brake booster, it's not at peak performance, or it can be the ABS module computer, which is the most likely. They're common for going out, and there's a couple of people that you can't get a replacement one easily, but there's a couple of people that will open it up and fix the contactors or whatever's gone bad on it and return it to you for about $150. So I haven't done either. It was always on my list of things to do, but honestly it never bothered me. I bought it with the lights. It passes smog and everything with the lights, so it's kind of just became one of those things. Window again for a bit of turbo noise. I open this window too so you can hear the outside. This is already in fourth at just low RPM, but and this was a street I meant to come down, which is a nice straight street that bypassed all that. But drive anyway. Now something I mentioned in the ad, but the bearing noise in the gearbox, so I don't drive around where you can hear it, but it is there, so when I stop at the next one I'll make the noise. Honestly, I don't drive this. I'm going to get the smog today, so apart from that, I've got two other cars, or one other car. My wife's got a car, so Second guessing selling it right now. Somewhere where I can hold the gear and make that bearing noise I talk about in the ad. Actually, if I go down, so if you downshift into second, if you can hear it makes sort of like a cook noise. So that, after talking to gearbox people, it has to be the bearing on the counter rotating shaft in this gearbox, because it's the only thing that spins in first, second and reverse, and you don't hear any noise in third, fourth and fifth. So there's two bearings on that shaft and then the shaft itself. So that's what the noise is. And you can drive it and everything without it. It's just if you're heavy hauling and you got to use first, like first is very low. This is clutch out in first, and then if you can hear the noise, just periodically comes. I can hear it, but I'm listening for it. And then I can just sort of hear it there, but that noise does get worse if you're going to be hauling a trailer and it's under load. That bearing noise gets worse in first or second. So I use second very short, and then I switch, so it's not bothering me sort of for short drives. But everyone that's like in the ad, I recommend fixing it, obviously. And if you're going to haul with it and haul heavy, I recommend fixing it before you do that, so it doesn't turn into a bigger problem than just a bearing. This model's got the airbag. It doesn't have a light or anything for that, so I believe that works. It's got the steering wheel controls. They all work. Cruise control still works. You can turn it up there in the bottom left. It shows cruise control. Turn it off. That all works. Heater, air conditioner, all that all works. Four-wheel drive all works. So to activate four-wheel drive, it's like locked here, and then you pull that out. But as far as shifting into four-wheel drive, it's such a nice transfer case. I'll do it right now. So you can just clutch, and that's a little grind. Now we're in high 4 and clutch. That's back in low 4. Back in high 2. So obviously the low gears you need to pretty much be stopped, so I won't do that. But that's it. Like everything apart from the bearing noise basically is in tip-top condition. So here I can show again. So this is high 4, low, 2 high, neutral, and just slips into low. So actually I really loved transfer case, and the gearbox was rebuilt, so all the synchros, shifting and everything, it's tight the way you'd expect it to be. It's just that bearing noise. It's got a light in it. You turn on the cargo lights. It's got LED cargo lights in the rear. I'll show you when I do the outside of the vehicle. Drive, it's still got boost, low down. seats, so windows and everything work well. This one's automatic. Rear seat, perfect condition. Rear window, tonneau cover. Back into fourth. Temperature-wise, it's got it all there. It's got battery temperatures, inlet temperature, I think coolant. What else we got there? Miles per gallon, current, fuel level, inlet air temperature, the average 20 miles per gallon, and then the battery voltage. And that you can configure to whatever you want. I'm going to leave that in the car. And it also works as diagnostics if it throws a code. Alright, well, I'm going to be pulling up to work in about 10 minutes and then I'll do another video. I think this is long enough for the cab, but yeah, the seats and everything. There was one fix on these seats, and it was like this bolster to my left there, and they fixed it with a material close to that, but it's not. It's like a